What's shaking? Y'all know I'm baking. It is that time. It is Tarkov Voip patch 12.12. Let's get straight into the news. Alright guys, today we're going to be going over the patch notes for patch 12.12, Escape from Tarkov. This is around December time 2021 that this is releasing. And there is a variety of new content, guys, that they're bringing us. Let's get into that, but before we begin, join our Discord. It's a large community for Tarkov. We'd love to have you and play with you. Link is in the description below. Drop a like and subscribe. It helps the channel so much, and we've got so much more left to do with you guys, but that's what's really helps us out. So besides that, that's all we have. Let's get into it. Alright, and here we are in the official patch notes for 0.12.12, bright and early. Let's go dive into it. There's a lot of interesting changes, probably a lot more honestly than the last wipe. It's going to take us a minute to get through these. So I'm going to be a little bit hasty because this is actually like 10 minutes before the wipe is releasing, and I'd like to get in on it as early as possible, but we're going to dive into as much as we can here. So they added the Lighthouse Location. It says the lighthouse at Cape Danley was an important strategic object on the way to Tarkov. During contract wars, it was the main entry point for USEC units and served as their base of operations. After the conflict, scavs took a fancy to this place until the owners returned, who decided to stay in Tarkov and establish their own order. This is the first iteration of this location. In the future, the territory will be expanded and will include new bosses. So they definitely do plan to update it. They just knew it was time to give us a new map, and you know that makes a lot of sense to me. So this is also the next interesting thing. The Lighthouse Location will feature a new AI type, ex-USEC operatives, also called rogues. They are a gang of former PMCs who previously operated together. They are well armed, well trained, and use coordinated combat tactics. They have similar interests to the Raiders ones, but have united around a shared military past. So very interesting. It seems like they're going to be very similar to the Raider UIs. It says they have taken over the water treatment plant and entrenched there. And there's stationary machine guns and grenade launchers are set up along the perimeter with several fighters patrolling around the clock. When an enemy is detected in a sector of fire or there is suspicious of enemy presence, the guards open suppressive fire, trying to prevent the enemy from approaching their territory. Wow. The new bots are lenient towards the USEC PMC faction. They will not open fire upon a USEC player unless the player tries to enter their territory. If the player gets too close, he will receive an order to leave immediately and will be shot if not compliant. Wow. Also, if a USEC player is in a group with a bear PMC, both of them will be considered hostile and attacked on sight without a warning. Wow. So that's really crazy, guys. There's another big boost to being a USEC over a bear. Like now they're adding much more differences between the two. That's crazy, guys. That's crazy. If a USEC player engages in a fight with the rogues, he will be considered a traitor and will be treated as a hostile for the next several raids. Wow, guys. So be careful of what you decide if you want to be USEC or not. And then if you are USEC, you've got to be, a little bit careful about engaging in fights with them if you don't want to be considered hostile. Wow. Wow. Alright, here we are to the next big change. Inertia has been added to the game for more realistic movement and actions. Inertia manifests itself in the following situations: walking and strafing, sprinting, sharp turns during sprinting, landing after jumping or falling from a height, leaning and sidestepping. And I'd say leaning and sidestepping is one of the biggest areas that they need this from, because when you're on a corner or something like that, somebody's just going left, right, left, right, left, right, and constantly moving their feet, it makes it a little difficult, and I think that's time that they change that. And it says the inertial force depends on the weight of your equipment and the strength skill level. The more your equipment weighs and the slower the strength skill level is, the longer it takes to accelerate at the start of movement, the longer it takes to slow down, the longer it takes to slow down and accelerate when changing movement direction to the opposite one, and the more movement speed decreases during sharp turns, the stronger and longer movement speed decreases when landing after jumping or falling, the slower it takes to lean and sidestep. The inertial force increases starting from 0 kg of equipment weight for characters with strength level 0, and from 10 kg for characters with the elite level strength. I think that's going to be big, guys. So if you have elite level strength, is the game, when you're under 10 kg, going to be just like it used to be? Is this going to be a problem? Are they going to have to update this? I don't know. Because I think a lot of the best players in this game are going to hit elite level strength, and then are they just going to try to stay under 10 kg for most of the raid? That's a question that I have. I'm not sure. It's something to keep our eyes on, though, to be honest, because, maybe it should still apply a little bit from level 0, even if you have elite level strength, maybe just less, because I could see this being abused, but we'll find out. We'll find out. The Inertial Force reaches maximum with 70 kg of equipment for weight for characters with strength level 0, and with 80 kg for characters with the elite strength level. So that's going to be interesting how this works. They expanded the crouching and getting up mechanics, and it depends on your weight overload, and it'll drain more stamina. Interesting, interesting. They also expanded the weapon malfunctions mechanics. There is going to be 3 different kinds. It's either failure to eject, failure to feed, or a jam bolt. This usually should not happen depending on the weapons technical, you know, how repaired it is. I believe if it's 95% or higher or something like that, you're gonna be totally fine. But just something to keep your eyes on. Yeah, malfunctions cannot occur in new weapons with durability more than 93%, except malfunctions caused by overheating, which they have now added. So that's very curious. I think that's going to help out. People won't be quite as upset with it. So, and then there's characters with the elite level of the troubleshooting skill will automatically detect the type of malfunction as soon as it occurs without having to inspect the weapon. Ah, very interesting. Very, very interesting. And let's get into weapon overheating. Weapon overheating and related effects have been added to the game. Weapons heat up after each shot, and the heating rate for each shot depends on the cartridge, barrel, and other heating-related elements of the weapon. Receivers, muzzle devices, handguards. And in contrast, the heating of the weapon is constantly cooling down. So the degree of overheating can be monitored by the visual state of the barrel and muzzle devices. You can distinguish 4 stages of overheating in ascending order, and it adds new negative effects each time. There's slight overheating, no reddening when it's heated, and visible in thermal scopes. Interesting. Interesting. Medium overheating. The weapon is heated. Reddening of the barrel is visible. And the accuracy decreases. Malfunction chance increases. Wear increases. And maximum durability is reduced during a fight. Severe overheating. It's very hot. And they're sizzling hot. Weapons rate of fire changes. Possibly cooking off chance. Wow. Interesting. Cooking off chance. I wonder what that means. Maximum overheating. And a malfunction occurs. The bolt gets jammed. So you got to be careful with that. They improved the mechanics of external ammo ballistics. This is going to be huge. As you guys can see in this, their trajectory has now changed. Bullets are going to drop a lot less hard. So I encourage you guys to go check out the graphs they posted on their Twitter and stuff like that if you guys are interested. But from what we can tell, it's going to have a flatter curve. It's not going to spike up quite as high at the beginning, and it's not going to drop as hard at the end. And I think that's going to be a lot better, just because, you know, some of the ammo types like the VSS 9x39 was really difficult to use with this going on. Adjusted the recoil mechanics. Reduced the automatic recoil compensation when firing long bursts. Decreased the recoil reduction bonuses from skills. General refinements, improvements in the weapon recoil system. So recoil is going to be tougher to deal with, guys. Go play some CSGO. Get ready for it. You know, that's all I can recommend to you guys. You know, I'm sure the elite players can still control their control their recoil. So, you know, try to get there as best you can as well. But, you know, on the whole, going to be more difficult to do. Voip added voice communication functionality. To enable it, you need to go to the sound settings and check the enable Voip box. And it's designed for coordination and the ability to negotiate. Yep. And also, you can get banned if you're using it inappropriately. I'm not going to read through all this, but except for this part, you cannot talk for more than 15 seconds consecutively. So that's nice. And don't spam your push to talk button. It'll auto block you if you do so. So that way, it's just trying to get rid of people who are going to be spamming stuff. I, as a streamer, probably won't be able to play with Voip, and it's unfortunate. Just because I don't want to have the chance for somebody to ruin my stream and say some sort of insult or slur or something else that you really just shouldn't be said on stream, because I stream on YouTube and my stuff stays up. So it's unfortunate for now. I'm just going to go forego it on stream. I'll be playing with it on off stream to get some cool clips and stuff like that, most likely. But yeah, if you guys know, or you know, as we figure it out, I would love to be able to play with it on stream, because I can only imagine all the fun it leads to, and I'm sad I'll miss out on clips like that with you guys. But it's just too much of a risk, and you know, I don't honestly understand the terms of service when it comes to streaming and stuff like that well enough to know that if it's not me saying something inappropriate, that I won't get in trouble for it if it's on my stream. So if you guys know the answer to that, I'd love to be able to do those kind of things. So let me know. You know, as you guys are seeing other streamers, if they're using it and so they encounter somebody who's doing some inappropriate stuff, you know, if they end up getting in trouble for it. But keep in mind that I'm on YouTube too. I'm not on Twitch, so I'm sure the rules could be a little bit different because, you know, those Twitch VODs aren't staying up. These YouTube ones are. And so I'm just not going to take the risk right now, guys. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. and hope that I can turn it on one day, depending on TOS situations. But it is what it is for now, guys. So I will be missing out on that when it comes to stream, unfortunately. Expanded operational tasks. We'll kind of get to know more about this. Just seems like they added more, so that's always good. I really like the addition of those. You know, just adds new elements. People are doing different things, and it's just good to see. And added the ability to partially use different types of food and drinks. So the ones that just didn't have numbers and stuff like that, I guess now do, which makes sense. So that's cool. That's cool. You don't have to drink the whole thing anymore. That's interesting. They added a variety of new items, new weapons, new weapon parts, 4 new hand grenades, including the impact grenades. So impact grenades confirmed. New equipment, new barter items, new keys, new storage cases, injector case, and keycard holder. Wow. Rangefinders, handheld rangefinder, and tactical rangefinder module. I wonder how that all works specifically. New clothing sets, 5 new cartridges, new unique armbands, and new face types for both factions at the start of the game. And new quests on the Lighthouse Location. That's cool. That's cool. New graphics optimization such as screen space reflection, and that's going to be wet or glossy surfaces. It's going to be really interesting. It's redesigned. It says they look more realistic, and the load on the system is noticeably reduced. So that sounds good all around. Variety of issues. I'm not going to read through all of these because they're not so relevant, because it's just a variety of bug fixes. So feel free to come read these. There are some good ones. But what I want to skip down to is this various fixes. This is where there's some big things. Remove the ability to quick throw grenades. Now when you press the cot key, your character will take a random grenade into his hands from your chest or rig or pockets, and they won't auto throw it. So you've got to, that's really interesting. Now you've got to pull them out. I kind of like this change, low key. Just makes it so you can't toss grenades quite as easily. It's probably also going to make it so you have more control over your grenade throws in general. So I do like that. And at least off rip, we'll see how it is. And yeah, all keys now have durability. Change the conditions for unlocking hideout zones. 100 units, except for the keys that already had durability. So, you know, just be careful using your keys. You know, make sure you're in a safe area. Don't do it if someone's right behind you going to kill you, because you'll waste a durability point, especially if it's an expensive key now. So that's interesting to see. Change starting gear for bots and player scavs. I see. Most of the next big ones is this one. This one is massive, guys. Massive change. Specific items can no longer be put up and purchased on the flea market. And look at this, guys. A variety of armor. A variety of the top ammos. I mean, I'm looking at the best ammo in the game right here. Cannot be purchased on the flea market any longer. So, wow. And night vision, thermals, grenade launchers, and labs access key cards. No longer can flea market gamers go to the labs. This makes getting your traders leveled up crucial. Absolutely crucial from what I can tell. That's kind of my game plan this wipe, is get to a point where I've got those max traders, because it gives me the most options. I recommend a lot of you guys do the same. If you want to have access to everything in the game, you're going to have to get your traders up, because a lot of these you can still barter for. And that's the thing about it. You know, so if you want these things, you're going to have to get your traders up, guys. And it's going to be very interesting now that we can't buy this on the flea market. So we got to put the time into the game to level up. That is most of the patch changes. Thanks for going through them with me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please, please. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this massive update, patch, and wipe. Alright guys, a variety of new content and features and fixes and everything, all of the above. Please, like I said, let me know in the comments below what you think. I mean, just so many different changes. What do you think's good? What do you think's bad? What do you think they're going to have to patch? What do you think they're going to have to keep or build on? You know, it's a variety of questions. I want to know from you guys. I'll be in the comments with you. Perhaps we even go through the comments in future videos or something like that if we've got some really cool things to say. But with that, again, join our Discord, please. It's such a great place. I'd love to have you, and you'll stay up to date if you join it in the description. Drop a like and subscribe. It helps us so much, and now that we're over 1,000, it's onward and upward, and it's all because of you guys. But with that, I've got to go hop in the wipe. This is being filmed literally as patch is releasing. I got to go set up stream, guys. I can't miss this for the world, so I'll see you Raiders out there. Enjoy, and thank you guys for hanging out with me. Peace!